Hey, Positive Results Training, it's Mindy. So let's meet breed 5 of 12 of the most surrendered dogs to the shelter, the Beagle. So Mr. Cooper here is our Beagle. Now, the Beagle, they can get you with those floppy ears and those really soft, loving eyes. However, we have to remember what the Beagle was bred for. They're bred for tracking, so they have a nose that never quits. Cooper, what are you doing? He's people watching right now. So that nose can get them in trouble. How can that nose get them in trouble? Well, they can track a scent, and they can track it for miles and miles and miles. So lots of times what happens is these guys get separated from their owners, their handlers. They're out hunting, they're out tracking. They can end up counties away and be considered a lost dog who actually has a family. But if they're not microchipped, you're never going to know. That's why you see a lot of hunters. The big thing now is GPS trackers on their dogs so that they can track them while they're hunting. And, you know, these guys are tracking whatever scent. Because they have such a high drive of work, they need lots of mental stimulation. They need lots of clear boundaries. They need an outlet. Beagles that don't have outlets can tend to develop anxiety. They can tend to bark a lot. That barking, you know, people get them because they're small and they think, oh, well, I live in an apartment, so this will be the perfect, Cooper, come here. So they think this will be the perfect size dog. Well, that Beagle that's not being worked is going to bark and howl. And if you've ever heard hounds howling, while I love the sound of a baying hound, lots of people don't, and it can be too much. So, you know, when we have this underworked Beagle with this anxiety, and they're barking like crazy, it can be a nuisance, and that can land them in the pound also. So just remember, if you're going to get a Beagle, you know, let's make sure that we are getting them for the reasons they were bred. You know, if you're going to be someone that's hunting and you need them to track, perfect. If you're someone who wants to get involved in scent work, things like that, fast cat, so they're chasing something, you know, those are great exercises for the Beagle. Otherwise, more of these guys are going to end up in the shelter. That's where Cooper came from. So he was surrendered. Say you were a surrendered rescue dog. So, breed 5, the Beagle. Remember, training is for life.